Okay, so I'm a novice about to embark on the project of replacing the existing carpet on my staircase here. Yeah, this is the steps that we're using here. It's called retrotread. What are they, like 30 bucks or something? They're about 30 bucks each. So my girlfriend's out there buying the materials right now, so I'm just going to start with the first couple steps, which is just basically I'm going to remove the carpet. Just to get the ball rolling, I'm going to start my initial preparation. After I rip up the carpet, I got to get rid of all the tack strips and, clean it up, all the dust and junk that's probably under there. But this is stage one. Okay, so I've got all the carpet ripped out. I got rid of all the tack strips and all the under cushioning and that sort of thing. And took a pair of pliers, got rid of all the little staples and the nails and everything like that was in there, and vacuumed it all up with a shop vac, so we got a completely clean surface now. Next step is going to be to, as I was explaining before, that was my dog, to get rid of this edge. What I've done now is used a little carpenter square here and line it up so I could find the edge and measure the distance. It's all approximately 1.5 inches. It goes in and out a little bit, but for the most part it's about 1.5 inches here that I'm taking off, and then I drew my line with my straight edge here. And next step is to zip it out here. Obviously I'm not going to be able to get to the very edge here because of the limitations of the machine, but get the majority of it here with my circular saw, and then I guess we'll take a jigsaw or something to get the remainder, and maybe a chisel to get to the very edge so we don't mess up the siding here. And that's it. On to step two. Alright, so we got the circular saw part done. Got here, and as you can see, it leaves a couple inches on either side, to where you can get to. So I've got my sawzall hooked up here. So I'm going to basically go in here and make my way almost to the edge. I don't want to go all the way because I don't want to risk hitting the sideboard here. So just get maybe a 1/4 inch from the end, and then chisel the rest out. And, just do that all the way up. So that's what we're doing. Okay, so we've done the sawzalling. We got it to basically to this point right here, and at which point I'm chiseling off the little edges. I'm also going over the middle if there's any spots that are kind of over this threshold here. I mean, as long as it's flush, or even if it's slightly in, that's okay because it's all going to be covered up. But I can't have anything hanging over though, because obviously that'll affect the way that the finished piece lays. So I'm putting this in here just to protect the side wall as I chisel along. For the most part, I cut it well enough to where I don't have to chisel any in the middle. It's just kind of knocking off these far edges here. And that's about it. Okay, I'm measuring out 7.5 inch risers. About 7.5 inches. Well, Alright, so now that we got the stairs all cleaned up and everything like that, I have cut a piece already. I showed it to you earlier and was able to determine the width by kind of rigging one of these together. It's just a little stair template. I've seen other videos of it on YouTube, and when I've got these little levels here, that now there's a nice flat surface for it to lay on. So when you score, you've got a nice flat surface and you got a nice straight line to deal with. Now that I've got my template from the riser, I'm going to cut on both sides to make sure I have the proper angle. Got my pencil in my pocket. Okay, take a straight edge here to line the bottom of the template up. I'm going to make a scribe on each side to get the proper angle as determined by our template. And these are the angles that we're looking at here. This is pretty much straight. There's a slight angle here. And to determine the angle cut, line up this straight edge here. And then I make this square at the bottom of the board. And it looks like it's a 1 degree. And it makes a difference. It makes it a lot higher fit when you put it up in the step and removes any of the gaps. Cut it on the outside line so you can see that by putting it to 1 degree it follows on the same path there. So we're going to have the same tight fit. And just to make up for that, I'll just cut right along the line on my other side here. See how it fits. Alright, let's see if it fits. Oh yeah. As tight as you want it. See here? No gaps on either side. Perfect cut. The height right on point. It's a good cut. Amish style. Alright, now let's determine the depth of one of the steps here. I've already cut 8 and 9, so let's check out number 10 here. Measure it in 3 places, and I'll go with the lowest distance of all. This is 9 1/8. This is 9 even. And this is 9 1/8. So looks like I'm going to cut it. Okay, now we measure our 9 1/8 here from the inside a loop, because this is what's going to be hanging over the edge of the new stair. Right here. 8. Okay, we got our guard lined up at the proper on a stair here. Once again, same process. Place it on the relevant step. Loosen our wing nuts up so we can slide in and out and get the proper space. We're perfectly in place right now. Every edge is touching every edge. Tighten up the wing nuts, and that'll give us a perfect representation of the step we're about to cut and the angles. Okay, now that we've got our template set up properly, place it somewhere in the middle of our retro tread. Grab our straight edge again. Make sure it's sitting right at the bottom, flush with it, and then draw our angles. Okay, and then bring it to the saw. Okay, makes me have a slight angle here, so let's determine what it is. Loosen up our guy. Get it directly on there, and then this is where we stand. And once again, it's a 1 degree, but this time in the opposite direction. Okay, raise up our saw because we're going to have to be cutting through the edge here. Let's actually measure it so it just extends beyond that. That's enough. Put it flush against the back edge of this because this is our 1 degree. Line it up so that the saw blade is going to be right on the outside of this line. I'm not using the guard because the guard is going to be a flat angle, and that will offer resistance when I'm trying to push it through. So this is going to be a freehand cut, but it'll be guided straight by virtue of the fact of this. Just got to do the other side. Alright, we've got it lined up here on the opposite side now. There's no angle on this one, so I'll use the guard to help me move it along. And once again, I've got the blade on the outside of the line here. We'll see how well it fits. It's in there pretty good. You don't want it any better than that. That is absolutely tight. All lines, no gaps showing whatsoever. So that's how you get a good cut. Do your angles, use your template. You got no problems. So we've got all the steps and risers stained and varnished. My girlfriend did an excellent job on these. I mean, it was a multi-day process. You know, letting everything to cure and everything like that. I think it turned out really good. So now we got them all cut to size, and we've got them all stained and everything. Let's have a look at these are just in place. We haven't glued them in or added any brad nails to them or anything. But that's the next step that I'm going to do right now. I'm going to start from the top and work my way down. That way any dust and debris, I can just let gravity help us out. Bring it all towards the bottom. We're going to start here with this step. It's going to be a process of just adding some adhesive here, not too close to the facing of this, and putting it into place along in the same process with the risers, just working our way down, doing all of them. Adding a few finish nails into each of them just to keep them into right place. At the finish line here. Just a matter of gluing and nailing them in, and you know, we're ready to go. So that's about it. Okay, so I've got all of these fastened in here. Up to this point, I only have 4 steps remaining. So I'll just show an example of what I'm doing here. Just taking this adhesive, putting a bead around the outside perimeter, and then kind of a squiggle in the middle, just to get it all filled up. Using a rubber mallet, put it in place, glue. Grab my nail gun, turn on the pressure gauge, about 90 psi. Hit it with a few nails. I'm going to put them up in the top corner so they'll be hidden by the steps. That's it. Got a riser in. Same process, obviously, with our step. Gonna add the caulking to the back of the step here. Put it in place. Position it with the rubber mallet. Only gonna put in a couple finished nails because I don't want that to be showing too much on the top step. Alright, so the project is complete now. Got everything nailed in, everything glued down. And here's a look at it. There we are. Got a new set of stairs. No more ugly carpet. And eventually there'll be no ugly carpet here either. And this will be hardwood. Maybe I'll make a video about that too. Till then, take care.
Micah. Shake. Yes, other paw. Yes. Big, 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 big.